So good morning, everyone. My name's Caroline Hunt, and I'm the Managing Director of Emerald Starfish. This is just a short video to talk to you about Generation C, which many of you may not have heard of, particularly from a poll that I've done recently on LinkedIn, and just to explain a bit more about them and why they're important in terms of your business and also in terms of recruiting them as well. So let me just share screen. So who are Generation C? So what we're going to look at is who they are and why they're important in your workplace, and most importantly, how you can recruit for them as well. So who are they? So, in the workplace at the moment, it's generally considered that we have some baby boomers still there, Generation X, Y, and then Generation Z are just coming into the workplace. They will make up 30% by the year 2030. So a real mixed generations across the workplace. So where does Generation C fit in? So they're slightly different. So they are, rather than being kind of an age group, which is what other generations are based on, they are considered to be a psychographic group. And what that means is that they have similar lifestyles, get this up, similar traits, they have lifestyles and ideologies. So really the best way to think about them is that they are part of the same tribe, and that they think and do things which are very similar to each other. They can be of any age, and it's important that they are of a mix of ages, because then you do get some sort of different ideas. They tend to use the internet for their main entertainment. So 59% of them will be consuming media via the internet, as opposed to typically, radio, television, newspapers. They're not using that at all, and they don't search for things on the internet either. They tend to use social media to find the products that they're looking for and the information that they're looking for as well. So they are a kind of a little bit different, and hopefully you might kind of recognize yourself amongst those. So what sorts of employees do they make? So they're really good on the collaboration front. They are wanting to work within teams and work well within teams. They understand the technology they're using and they're wanting to work together. They tend to be community orientated, so they're very interested in terms of not just what your business is doing, but what they're doing in the wider community, thinking about your vision and your mission statements there. They're good problem solvers. They understand that it's something that they really bring to the marketplace. They can really help you to move the business forward and solve problems that you're having. They're happy to go the extra mile. They understand that and the job is important to them, and they're prepared to put in extra time with that. They're looking for flexible working. They're wanting to work within the hours that fit within their work-life balance rather than anything else. And finally, they're really keen on in terms of IT. They need good IT systems to work with, and that's going to really make them feel better about the sort of places that they are working. So how do you go about recruiting Generation C? And first of all, I think it's really important to say you don't need Generation C in all of your jobs. Absolutely not. Ones which are more shop floor based or more manual type of roles do not need to recruit Generation C. And actually, they may be frustrated by doing kind of more traditional roles if they are Generation C. That's not really what they're looking for. So there are some really important things. So to attract their attention, you need to make sure that you're looking at things like your CSR policy. It should be on your website. Think about your longer term strategy to attract this sort of people, so they can see things like your CSR policy. They're wanting to know about your vision and your mission, and also to talk or to show with pictures and visuals the sort of IT support and packages that you're using as part of your everyday job. This is really important to them. In terms of attracting their attention, they will trust content that has been shared by people from their personal networks more than a post by your company. So they're really going to be asking around in terms of what they've heard about you. So things like your Indeed and your Glassdoor reviews are really important for this group of people. So it's really important to think about your longer term employer branding strategy for this group of people. And then the second point really is to think about how you engage with them as part of your recruitment selection process. So they want to feel that they're individuals. So the kind of the cut and paste of that can often happen within recruitment isn't going to cut it. They're going to want to feel that they're being treated as individuals and not just being managed as part of a process. And they don't want standard emails. They want you to use the names. They want you to take time building rapport with them and really getting to understand what they're looking for and what they need. In terms of what you want to look for, you might want to test their social and emotional intelligence, thinking about collaborative tasks as part of the recruitment process to see how they fit with your other Generation C people within the business. And you can also test their creativity and ability to undergo critical thinking tasks as part of the recruitment process. And actually, I was listening to something yesterday. It was a podcast. It was with the Diary of a CEO one, and they were talking about kind of the different types of people, and the creativity people are so important. The guy was talking about them being the dolphins, but they are going to be the future of the workplace, where they're thinking and creating and being more creative about the work that is being done. Another thing that's really important is to show that your tech actually works. So for example, we've got a problem at the moment with our ATS, where when we're sending information out to candidates, we've had a couple of instances recently where they haven't received that, and actually that's just not good enough. It needs to be something that's looked at, which obviously we are, and you need to make sure that it's really slick and polished so that they're not asking questions around that. So those would be the two key areas that I would look at. So the employer branding piece and actually your recruitment selection process, to make sure you're selecting for people who have got that ability to work together collaboratively using tech that's out there across a wide range of generations. So that's kind of all I wanted to talk about today. If you would like some more individual help, I'm really happy to offer a strategy session. At the moment, the sort of things that we're looking at with our clients are common recruitment issues. And the main ones are, what's happening at the moment in June 2023 in terms of the candidate market and how to engage best with them. More general one around recruiting Generation Z, and how can you bring that newer generation into the workplace? How can you make your recruitment valid for them, but also engage with them early on in the process and retain them? And then finally, the recruiting Generation C, which we've just talked about. But you can book 60 minutes of my time to discuss any of your own recruitment issues. It's a one-on-one session with myself. To do it, you just go to our website, emerald-starfish.com. My diary is there on the front page, and just book some time in with me. And I hope to see you soon. So that's it, really. So thank you ever so much for your time. And I hope to see you at the next SME Recruitment Forum. Thank you. Bye-bye.